Thanks for joining us. Now, Pressure Group Economic Fighters League and its convener, Ernesto Yeboah, has been arrested. Mr. Yeboah led members of the league to picket Parliament this morning to pile pressure on the country's legislators to abandon the unpopular plan of constructing a new edifice to undertake parliamentary duties. Let's bring you excerpts of this morning's scuffle. To the phone lines now, and Joseph Opoku-Gakpo is our man in Parliament. He's joined us live. Good morning, Joseph. Good afternoon, Joseph, pardon me. Now, tell us what happened this morning.
Called the business statement delivered by the majority leader of Chairman Sabuntu on what has been the program that they've drawn this coming week as far as the House is concerned. And after he delivered that, Chairman Sabuntu delivered that, Okujeto Ablakwa asked about the issue with the chamber, and he indicated that they've heard the apology that come from the majority leader and asked the question on when the majority leader will brief the House itself on the issue. Even before he got a response, there were reactions from other MPs. The Suhum MP of Pariansa, for example, indicated that this is an issue that should be discussed at a committee of a whole meeting and not in the main chamber. And then Katie Hammond made a contribution that he felt it was extremely necessary and the Parliament wasn't going to sit right under trees. And then some of the members of the Economic Fighters League then shouted right from the gallery of Parliament, demanding that the chamber is dropped. Ernesto Yeboah, another gentleman who has been identified as Abeku, they shouted right from the gallery where they had been sitting for a while and monitoring proceedings. And immediately then, they were bangled out by the security persons out of the room, and then eventually moved all the way to the Parliament police post where they are at the moment. In fact, a third person was also taken in even as they were brought in, as they sought to bring the situation under control and allow for proceedings to continue. But that third individual has actually been released as we speak. And right here in Parliament House, the efforts are ongoing by the group that started the hashtag Drop That Chamber in order to get the said persons released. But they are still in custody right here at the Parliament police post, even as they await further actions. And the group Drop That Chamber, they've indicated that they're getting in lawyers so that then the necessary processes can begin in order to get those two individuals who are still in custody out. But one of them out of the three who were initially picked up has been released by the police people as we speak. Daniel.
Being charged? Right, Joseph, we want to know if these persons have been charged. Have you spoken to the person who was released? Right, we will get more from Joseph Opoku-Gakpo later. Now, let's hear a member of the league on what has happened.
He was just loud, he said drop that chamber in the chamber, and he was just bundled up. We don't know what the problem is. We don't know whether saying drop that chamber is now a crime, and we haven't been told what he's being charged. So we are calling lawyers for them to be present. I'm sure in about 30 minutes we'll be able to wrestle some to come here, and then at that point I'm sure we'll get the information what the charges are.
Do you have any information as to whether they were manhandled or how they were brought?
We saw it on TV. I personally saw it on TV. I was in somebody's office when I saw it. He was basically bundled out. I don't know what constitutes manhandling, but we did see that he was bundled out, and there wasn't any time for us to even see exactly what was going on. So let's just hope that nothing happens to him while he's in there. We'll stick around to make sure nothing does.
So just to get a sense, at the moment, your demand is what exactly?
They need to drop that chamber. We are not interested in the chamber. The petition basically says, and the letter that we were just printing a letter to actually submit to Parliament, asking questions about what monies have gone into the project, how much was earmarked for it, what processes did it go through, etc. So we are still trying to get answers to those. So we're just let's deal with this first. We didn't know we would have to deal with this.
And for the gentlemen who are still in police custody, your expectation is that what should be done?
Oh no, this shouldn't be anything. I'm not sure this is any big crime.
More on that story in later bulletins. Now, away from that, Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Asai-Mensah is mediating between drivers and management of Metro Mass Transit Service over a strike at the Kumasi terminal. Operations were grounded Wednesday when the drivers abandoned the wheels over unpaid salaries and dismissal of a colleague. Mr. Asai-Mensah met with the leadership of the drivers on Thursday in an attempt to restore service to bring relief to stranded passengers. The General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union represented the agitated drivers. Prince Apia has details.
On Wednesday morning, drivers at the Metro Mass Transport Service terminal in Kumasi embarked on a demonstration against management about what they describe as unfair treatment. Among their grievances is wrongful dismissal of one of their colleagues. They also complain about neglect by management on service conditions and non-payment of Tier 2 pension and Provident Fund benefits. It's led to a temporary halt in operations as buses were grounded, leaving travelers stranded. Industrial Relations Officer of General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union, Kofi Edu, led a team to petition the regional minister.
Among the grievances unpaid second tier with respect to our pensions, our provident fund, personal insurance. We have lack of spare parts for our buses. Our conductors are enrouted. They are supposed to be given allowance before they go. It has not been given. It's in arrears for several months. Our overtimes, our mechanics, they are laundry soap, their milk that is supposed to work on their hearts because of the dust they inhale. All of these things are in arrears for some months. We've worked on it, we've spoken on it, we've met on it, and the results not the resolution not seem to be coming. All these things have been laid bare to the regional minister. He has assured us that he's going to work on it for those things to come. Yes, we believe that he will work on it for those things to come.
Leadership of the drivers says they are committed to effective, efficient service if the challenges are addressed. Mr. Edu says the current development will bring about solutions for improved services to patrons.
We apologize for the inconvenience caused, but then we are also assuring them that whatever we did was for the interest of the Metro Mass and our commuters as well. We wanted to ensure that spare parts are there, the bus are in good shape for them to be safe in their traveling, and then we are calling on them to come, and we are assuring them that with what has transpired so far, today the risk involved in traveling with Metro Mass that used to be there, today is not there, and then from today and tomorrow it will be reduced to the barest minimum. And then we are also telling them that yes, we call for spare parts to be brought to us so that we can get buses to convey them. Usually when they come, you see a long queue there. So what has transpired now, from tomorrow and Monday going, they should come and attest for themselves to see that there will be a number of buses to commute them to wherever they are going. So
normal service has since been restored pending outcome of the peace process. Prince Apia reporting.
Still in the Ashanti region, police at Ejiso on Thursday had a tough time controlling a huge crowd which invaded the divisional command premises following news of arrest of a 25-year-old man alleged to have kidnapped 4 children. It turned out the man, described by police as an imbecile, is related to the children for which the kidnapping claims were dismissed. It, however, took police officers a hectic time to bring the incensed crowd under control. Ohiming Terrier has more.
One of the children was wearing a school uniform with a school badge, Tiku. So based on that, we sent information to Tiku, assemblyman or assemblywoman. So he came, and later one woman to call Amma Ajapoma came and then identified the children that they are her grandchildren. That the young man that was with them is her son, but he is imbecile. It's not all that well. So this one, he did not even see the time that son, about 25 years old, left with the children. So in short, the rumor that we've been hearing that there's a kidnap case is untrue.
Ejiso Divisional Commander ACP Stephen Tani Ngisa, who briefed the media, said the suspect is an uncle of the case. He explained the man had been out with the children to pick empty sachet water bags for sale. However, his inability to answer questions about them from suspicious members of the public raised eyebrows.
Myself, I came down because of the rumors, because of what they heard that the man has kidnapped the children. Some came with blogs and that we have a hectic time before we were able to catch them.
From Kumasi for Joy News, Ohiminteria reporting.
Still live on Joy News today, still to come, British High Commissioner to Ghana, Ian Walker, is about to embark on an adventure. A 1,000-kilometer bike ride from Tamale to Accra, which will take him through some of the most beautiful sights of Ghana. But why is the diplomat mounting the saddle for this gruesome ordeal? My colleague Kojo Yangson will find out. And Wesley Girls High School has become the torchbearer for many who are yearning for an all-female school to win the National Science and Maths quiz after 26 years. But can they leap the hurdle of Prempeh College and Achimota School? We find out within the hour in our NSNQ update. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Now, British High Commissioner to Ghana, Ian Walker, is about to embark on an adventure. A 1,000-kilometer bike ride from Tamale to Accra, which will take him through some of the most beautiful sights of Ghana. But why is the diplomat mounting the saddle for this grueling ordeal? My colleague Kojo Yangson decided to pay him a visit and find out.
The Ghana Grand is a 1,000-kilometer cycle from the north of Ghana down back to Accra. And the idea, I think, stemmed from this sense of the risk, I suppose, as a diplomat, as someone in any kind of public position, that you can often appear to be detached. And it bothers me, because I think I am, as I do in my normal life, I'm very accessible, I speak to people all the time. But sometimes it's the kind of perceptions of your role that get in the way. And sometimes it's the 4x4 that you're sitting in, or the aeroplane out the window through which you look that you see the country. And I thought, no, I want to do something different. I want to kind of see people in their communities, and I want to be able to cover some ground as we're going. And I thought, what better way to do that than by bicycle? There's three main things that I think this is about. First is about health. You know, you've touched on that. How do you make sure that you look after your own health? First of all, I think much of the conversation in Ghana I hear is about Ghana moving beyond aid, and I can see a lot of the economic side of that as we talk about more investment. Is something we've talked about before. But as Ghana moves beyond aid, clearly a lot needs to change in terms of things like education, and we can see that through free SHS and such like. I think also in health really matters. Without your health, you can't learn. Without your health, you can't work. So I think that.
Here with the subject of health, as Ian Walker referred to there, and healthcare delivery in 11 hospitals in the Ashanti region has received a boost with supply of free medical supplies to augment depleting resources. The gesture by the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology College of Health Sciences is expected to improve care and enhance the training of medical personnel. Love FM's Kwesi Deborah was there at the presentation ceremony and filed this report.
Surgical gloves, disposable caps and boots, and hand sanitizers form the package valued at 200,000 Ghana cedis. Beneficiary hospitals are Kumasi South, Menchia, Tafo, Ejoso, Wiamuase, and Edra government hospitals. Others are KNUST, Konfanoche, Asquat Children, as well as maternal and child health hospitals. College Provost Professor Yao Edusa Akodie and KNUST Vice Chancellor Professor Kwesi Obridanso took turns to share perspectives.
We are supported through this training by various health facilities in the country. Since the establishment of the then School of Medical Sciences, the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital has supported clinical training of our students for over 45 years. In the last couple of years, other health facilities have come on to support the training, to partner with us to train these health practitioners for the country. We thought as much that it's important that the quality of care these facilities give to us. It's important that we also look at what we can do so that this training becomes meaningful.
Because not only in terms of the doctors that we trained, but we also train dentists, we train pharmacists, we train nurses, midwives, medical laboratory technologists. We also train people into imaging technology. And all these persons, left alone, we will not be able to train them alone in our facilities. We partnered Confanoche for all these years, but Confanoche is becoming smaller and smaller for the number of health professionals that we train. Year on year, we churn out over 1,000 of these health professionals, and Confanoche is becoming smaller.
Deputy Director, Research and Development Unit at Confanoche Teaching Hospital, Dr. Kwadwo Sabe, spoke for recipient institutions.
This is my alma mater, and we trained here. And now with the numbers that is going up, the use of consumables and other items on the wards, people have started expressing concerns. So I think this will go a long way to improve on training, so that students can get the opportunity to have more hands-on.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
Still in that part of the country, recreation and entertainment, especially for children in Kumasi and other parts of Ashanti region, could see a new phase with planned redevelopment of the Kumasi Children's Park. It's part of a 10-year development initiative estimated at 400 million cedis, announced by Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II during his 20th anniversary celebration. Amid high public expectation about the project, Love FM's Kwesi Deborah poetically explores the past, present and future of the once vibrant Kumasi Children's Park.
I am Professor George William Kofi Nsefo, past Dean of the Faculty of Architecture and Building Technology, past Head of Department of Architecture. A children's park could arguably be compared to an open space in the built environment or in a human settlement. Open, simply means it's not covered. It's open to the skies. And a space also is any designated or demarcated area, that can be used for anything.
Frail bent bricks hold each other tight, as if in fear. They have a reason. Their comrades lie in ruin beneath the dwarf wall. Their fight with nature has always ended in defeat. Walls fortified with buttresses meant to withstand the music of elements, but have had no option but to dance to it. Human neglect, the phonograph. Nonetheless, some other friends haven't harbored grudges. They believe, at least as creatures, they have obligation to their maker. They wouldn't mind providing shelter for them to thank their maker for protection. Something they can't thank their maker for. Even their relationship with Adinkra symbols has strained. Mpuanum, Akumantoso, and friends gradually bid them by. After all, they are treated well in fence of kins. The grass has had a shave with Afonkwanta passes boots. Park isn't too old, but why is it balding? Surrounded with luxury, Golden Gate Hotel, a stone throw. A named hotel shares a wall. Oh, a bank is even close by. A church is proud associate. It's common scenery of passing vehicles of the greatest of the great and not so great. Outgrown weeds had to perch. A perfect escape route for film snatchers, kwashe boys and entampe peddlers. A scare for children who sometimes dare to play.
My name is Mohammed Men.
My name is Ibn Zayan. My name is Godfrey Jebwati.
Almost in your chobiti the bush on inti now go for crying to me nam emfaha. I just saw Mokofa and Mukum run about one.
Cho, Chivia, Mukum. Handy, who pa. I know what it will be. To over how cry a year clown to me far and may say it's to me for him.
And from what I hear, it's been taken over by vagrants and drug addicts and so on and so forth. And even people who try to go through there to the other side of town, sometimes I'm told are attacked. So that is not what a children's park should be.
Which child can be lured into the Mekum adult loo? Which child dreams of reading an intensely in the Otumfuo mother-named library? Mother-child effigy sinks into mockery. Child and mother weep. A decade passed, Lady Julia, Mama Pat, Ark Bochi, told. Yes, Jesus and disciples have heard of Lazarus' demise. But this time, several millions requested to call it out from the dead. Artificial waterfall, footbridge, electronic library, conference hall, parking place envisaged for his welcoming. Indeed, befitting of a resurrected favorite friend. The tomb is yet to be emptied.
Of course, there is going to be security provided for those who are going to use the park. And that is one reason why I think the Rattray Park, it has entrances. Okay? So when you are within the park, you feel safe. Nobody can attack you within Rattray Park. But of course, Rattray Park has only this water body, like a pond. All right? It has a place that they call cafeteria or restaurant, and I think a place also that they call administration building. That's about it. You see? But a children's park would have a lot more facilities than what Rattray Park presently provides.
The king loves his wife. His $400 million vision can't be without her. Tallow oil coated, GNPC cajoled. A renaming is done. A Lady Julia Children's Park, a shanty world of wonder is birthed.
Some weekend we could meet me up and myself. We are going children's park. I said children's park and also meet my uni said there be any power and also Beboa.
Modi, I grew baby laba. Can you bet?
Will Rattray or Ilfwa Sunderland tap out when they wrestle with it? Will a new location make a good mistress? If yes, can we go through sketches of tech architects?
It's possible that the work that Patricia Taylor did, could be an alternative. And interestingly, again, Patricia Taylor's site is still not occupied. There's no development on the site, so perhaps that could be another possible site to be considered. Even though I think the old children's park could also be rejuvenated or brought up to better standards.
In the world of wonder, its dreamt children will get chance to play. Youth who sees days to slay. Years ago, newsmen went gay. Families heard good news. Now, newsmen are grey. Families await the good views. For Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
Live on Joy News today. Up next is business, and in business, some owners of small-scale businesses in the Bono region say recent increase in power tariffs by the Public Utility Regulatory Commission (PURC) is impacting negatively on their activities.